So, good morning. I just did my face routine and my exercises, and I have to do up some dishes. So, I have a few that I have to do up, and I thought, what a better time than to tell you what I need to tell you. Timer. So I basically wanted to tell you about the onion water that I drank, and I want to give you a warning. The onion water will ferment. So when I do it, I put two of the ice cubes in a glass of defluorinated water and I drink that. But I want to tell you what I've learned through my little experience, okay, or experiments. So I've been drinking the quercetin water, the onion water. And I was leaving it in the jar, the glass jar. And I was basically putting it beside the bed at night and, keeping it beside me all day. And I started to notice that the glass itself, there was like if I was sitting beside it, I would literally smell the gases from the from the onion. And so I was thinking, I wonder, like, I remember my uncle, he used to make his own homemade beer. And I remember it being in the basement and the corks popping, right? And so I was thinking, I wonder because gases will build up with the onions, with cabbage, with onions, whatever you're fermenting. There will be that gas that's released. And I thought, damn, I wonder if it would blow up the same as the beer popped when my uncle was making his homemade beer. Anyway, so I researched it, and yeah, it will. It will. So you have to be very careful if you're following me and if you're attempting to do this. Um, what I do is and I've changed my mindset here. So what I do is I put two ice cubes in here in the morning, two of the quercetin ice cubes with the water, and I drink that. And I usually only put this much water, maybe half the glass of water with the two ice cubes because they will dissolve. And I mean, it's been working. I mean, I'm losing the weight. I'm getting cut in here. I do have an issue with this one side where there's like a lump there. So I might have to go get that checked, but it could just be because, I'm getting, I mean, it's the winter months and so I was getting a little lackadaisical, but be aware that yes, gas will build up in the glass, okay? Like, I don't know if you do it or if you've done it in a mason jar because I put the lid on when I leave it beside me during the day. So I've stopped doing that. So I just make enough to drink in the morning, okay? So be aware of that. And if you do make onion water, make sure you put it with, and in a mason jar like I drink out of these, and I put a lid on. If you put a lid on, don't close it tight because you will blow that glass up. Those gases will explode because they expand, right? So be aware of that. So that's just one little warning I wanted to give you. And to make sure that you realize that there is gases that build up in there. So that's good. So it's been a really kind of like slow morning. The cat has been fed and he's doing his little morning kind of nap on the side there. So everything's been done. I had my morning coffee. As you can tell, I'm washing up the dishes. I've also done some treatments on my face. I did my castor oil on my face. It seems to be working. This is the side, okay, which side? This side, I think, I had the stroke on. It's hard to tell because it's just the same anymore. So this is the side I had the stroke on. Okay, so the castor oil is literally tightening that skin up for me, which is good because I had those smile lines were like pretty deep, pretty deep. So that's a good thing. So I did my castor oil treatment on my face, especially under my eyes and around my crow's feet. Freaking crow's feet. Like, just, oh, like, when did I get old? Anyway, so, that's been done and I did my treatment on my hair and I wanted to kind of tell you something about my hair. I don't know why, but my hair is changing color. Yeah, so normally it's like white, at least halfway, right? And the back was starting to get white and now like, I don't want to be 20. I'm 65. I'm happy with that. So the back of it is getting darker. I'll turn around so you can see. See there? It just seems to be getting darker instead of lighter. So I like my white hair. So see this? I'm getting like dark streaks in my hair. It was all white in the front. If you look back in some of my videos, especially the videos I did where there was the 30-day question thing, you can see the color of my hair because it was summer and I was walking every single day. And since then, I've kind of like had to stop to limit it. The winter's here, and plus, you know, my neighborhood is not as safe anymore and stuff like that. So I think this summer I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to start walking again, and by hook or by crook. Like, watch Doug Ford. Doug Ford was on the news and he was talking about, there was a break-in in someone's house, and the homeowner, yeah, remember the old day, the old vigilante day, where if you crossed the boundaries the person wouldn't put up with it, right? So that kind of mentality, if it's protecting yourself in your home, I don't see anything wrong with protecting yourself, okay? It's like, you know, I go for a walk. I'm a 65-year-old woman and I go for a walk and I have to be worried about being accosted. And at 65 years of age, I don't think it's fair that I have to limit my health because somebody has an issue, okay? Somebody has an issue. And what can I say? What can I say? If you cross those boundaries and you're going to come toward me, I'm not going down without a fight. Let's put it that way, right? So, you know, let's just leave it at that. Yeah. So I've been missing my walks. It's winter time, and I'm really truthfully missing my fitness, right? I'm missing being able to go for those walks. So it's really frustrating. It's really frustrating. And, you know, doing the Tai Chi walking in my doorway at home, it's not the same. It really isn't the same. It really is not the same. So I'm looking forward to the nice weather coming. I'm looking forward to being out in the sun and getting a good dose of vitamin C without having to clot my arteries. And I truly believe that we need that dose of vitamin C. But if you're taking the supplement, I hope you're taking it with the K2, because K2 will help send the vitamin D3 where it needs to go instead of forming a clot in your arteries, right? So it is what it is. It's a learning experience, trust me. Just trust me on that. Okay. So the dishes are done. I might do some crafts this morning. I might. I'm not really sure. I'm kind of like, today I'm kind of lackadaisical. I really am. I really am. And I didn't want to have anything, I didn't want to have anything really tight on. So I was gonna, you know, slap on a pair of jeans and go for a walk. But I thought instead I'm going to wear my harem pants. Well, they're not harem pants. I do have harem pants, but these are a pair of pants that a friend bought me because I liked them. And she was very receptive to getting them for me. And she bought these for me. So I absolutely love them. So I'm going to show you them. I've got two pair actually. So this is the larger pair because, like I said, I gained weight over Christmas. I gained the 10 pounds, right? So I've been wearing these, but I love them. I absolutely love them. They're different. They're lighter and they're not tight and they're not uncomfortable at all. So I will throw these on in the morning and wear them all day unless I have something taking place. So that's all for me. I just wanted to warn you about the onion water. If you're going to do it, make enough to drink at that point, and then unless you're going to store it in the fridge, you're going to make a whole bunch of ice cubes and store it. So these are the ice cubes, and what I do is I only put 1 or 2 in a glass. Can you see that? Yeah. So I put 1 or 2 in a glass and then fill it halfway with water and drink it, but no longer. do I let it sit there and ferment all day? But I mean, fermenting it for like 4 hours and drinking it, that might be good. But I was leaving it all day, and the gas was building up in the mason jar. And when I'd open it, I'd notice that there was a little bulb on the metal part of the mason jar, like the twist part. And I thought, So when I looked that up, I don't do it anymore. I don't do it anymore. I put 2 ice cubes in the defluorinated water, in half a cup of defluorinated water, and I drink that. And then I wash out the container and put it in the sink. You know what I mean? I don't do that anymore because I was a little leery. It just reminded me I had an Uncle Freddie, and he used to make beer, his own beer, and it would be in the basement, and we would hear it popping all the time. Yeah, all the time. It would be pop, pop, pop all the time. And that was a sign that the gas was escaping, right? So because they use yeast. So it's funny how you remember these things. I mean, not everybody liked my good old Uncle Freddie, but I did. He was nice to me. He was nice to me. So yeah, so just a little memory from the past. And it's funny how those little memories come trickling back. You'll be sitting there doing absolutely nothing, and all of a sudden there's a memory that's released. And some of them are bad, and some of them are good, and some of them are just pleasant. But I acknowledge all of them. So I shall see you in the next video. The good Lord be willing. Namaste.